stick with the Icebox comp, and Yampy is sending it.
That can be a completely different story.
He's out of range of his
TP.
And,
It looks like they have
Leo's on top of it. Hey, he gets away with one. He gets away with one there. In terms of the pistols, we're at 1-1.
That wants to be up in your face early, so they stand back and get ready for a big strike.
Oh my God, they're
re-aggressing. Down to a kill to start with, but it does delay that aggression.
Jimmy, by the way, Jimmy with the Prime. I think I missed you earlier. Thank you so much, Jimmy. And James J. Snowball with the Prime. Thank you so much, man.
A couple of players tagged up. Althea's been told they're going to try and
Appreciate
battle and duel, and he's bought a Sheriff. I'm going to be honest. I believe in Althea.
Repass and re-aggress. Oh no.
They are pushing right into him. He's on the angle, waiting. Even going to be shooting at the turret, but he's
That's
only
a great passing to get the trade, though.
But more importantly, he's able to get his health right back up to maximum.
The wall used deep as well.
We'll take it.
It's going to narrow down these fights to just one laneway, so the whole
there a
team
recon that I missed it?
Nats has managed to slip past, but only good for the one, despite damage onto Chronicle. Yampy doesn't have a way back in. I mean that quite literally. There's a wall blocking him. So from this point, it is going to be a slow round, as he either waits for that ice to melt.
In 7 seconds, he can try and TP back on top of it.
Oh, wow. That would be helpful here.
It would be an almost instant death, but it would be entertaining. The thing is, though,
Okay,
he's not even
and
past
that
the
is
hurdle,
2-1 altogether, so 1-0 obviously. And that's not going to help the Liquid mental after the comeback that we saw.
Doesn't actually break on Icebox, but on Breeze, you're out of here.
It just turns to water. It's just a puddle.
But it makes you slippy, so you can't stop and shoot.
Please never do this. This is why you're not allowed to have ideas.
Am I wrong though? That's what
You think having no real IGLs is NRG's problem? I mean, sure. I feel like it's more than that. It feels like it's deeper than that. Like with no IGL and that many talented players, bro, you should be able to still qualify stuff. Like honestly, I think maybe they've given him too much. Maybe they've given it too much respect, and they should just pre-plan rounds. Should just do what Paper X do and what I did with Liquid. Just preset loads of rounds. I think the problem is they go for like mid-round. They go do a default and then they let their players mid-round, and it's like, why are you leaning into your weakness? Just cover it up.
Going into the next round. Definitely a bit of a backup plan. Also means that you can use some of those pistol players to farm up some orbs. And more importantly...
But I do think that team has more issues.
For now, though, it is a complete stack up of the A site. And up until a moment ago, there wasn't even a single...
Also, when I watch their comms, dude, it looks like a funeral or something. Like no one is pumped to be there. It looks like when I used to watch Bleed walk out.
To slow down this
team. Like no one wants to be there.
The wall is already placed towards that A site, so they have nothing really to push these players back. The space taken, the plant come through, and the flank even abandoned in favor of grouping up and using those numbers to try to power your way through the setup in play. But Fnatic have range, they have numbers, and they have rifles to work with.
Yeah, and we'll just keep an eye on how much damage, and they're allowed 2 deaths. There goes 1. Mystic does have his wall, so there's like a little bit of hope that you can wall defuse, but...
Yeah, the Fnatic post plants is where they made their name. So much utility being dropped, but more importantly, players as they go, earning up those ultimate orbs per player. You see Enzo hoping that maybe someone gives him an angle, makes a mistake.
And that looks like it. One death. Not too bad at all. All buy rounds. Next round for Fnatic.
They get to keep their 3 rifles in hand, have a pretty decent economy going into the next round, and the fact is there's going to be no easy round for Liquid to take, no weak weapons. This will...
Do they ever ask me for advice? Bacon will reach out sometimes.
Yeah, the early round setup works perfectly for Fnatic economically. Stacked up and ready to go, while Team Liquid, and this is what we touched on at the start of the last map.
Too many coaches could be a problem. That's true as well.
It's not the
Someone has a set way they want it to play.
Fnatic can go down 10 rounds, and I'll still believe in their possibility to bring it back, not least because of the squad. They're an easy one to believe in, but...
Right, big buy rounds. And Durka gets the Outlaw out. And there's 2 people that he can one-shot.
Fnatic do get the ball rolling, get confidence high. Well, this setup from Liquid relies on confidence. We're going to see that in this round right now, as Yampy has already gotten up close.
He's very far forward, though. So far forward, in fact, he would be in trouble, but...
Hey, yeah, you take that one. Yampy does not care about his TP, that's for sure. He's going very aggro with the chamber.
Any plan there. He was just hoping to take those firefights and already picking off Boaster, removing all of that Viper utility is huge.
And does he get out of here?
On the other side of the map, it's a little awkward.
Flash, jump out.
Escape with his life.
Yeah, the Outlaw's got a shot off on him.
Or the flash didn't go far enough so he sees what he's here. It's a lovely wall. The wall to get him off, it's the same wall to block the actual push over towards here as well. And the heal as well.
But not this time. Sage heal, well, still vulnerable to an Outlaw, but now they've gone to the rifles. Fnatic.
Correct.
Yeah, they actually shock dart on his head here. And they molly on his head.
Low HP again. Kiko has to try and do something a little bit audacious. It seems like Durka might do the opposite. Straight through the smoke. Enzo caught off guard. The spray's decent, but
Kiko can get that and full heal back.
Heal himself up for a second time.
The Reina diff. Big Jewel.
Right. As well. Yeah, the confidence for Fnatic is certainly there, but it's left Leo in a 1v3, a familiar situation. One that he's won before, and now he's just a pixel away from spotting.
Oh man, he's such a scary player.
Trying to root out that final player. Another tap. He's caught him. He knows
nah, bro, he's so good.
6 seconds. Another tap, but this time the read is there. He's going to try to kill it. He has to find the elimination. There's no time anymore. And
oh my god, guy's an actual mastermind, isn't he? How has he made that so close?
I think if it's anybody else in that scenario,
great damage from Fnatic.
Maybe they take a risk, but
you just look.
Nats is the calmest person.
Yeah, bro,
dude. That's the one thing that was
Leo's a wizard, man. I don't even get that.
He's the only player that isn't going to take that risk. Even
Simone, right? Simone, DJ Rake, how we doing, mate? Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the prime. Welcome into the Slug Club. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate you doing that. My mind is poofed. Bro, how has he made this one that close? It's really impressive. He's so aware of every angle. That's a lovely shot as well.
There you go. Not too much of a detriment.
Yeah, pretty weak weapon. Can't really get anything done with that. But, well, as we can see, Yumpy most certainly can.
Chronicle pretty far away from a res. Mystic gets the dodge out. And this is a big round, really.
That's the only thing that can save you from the ire of Yumpy in this round. He's got a challenge up close, but Alpha full HP. Now a little bit
wait, you went for that one too much.
Alive, and he follows up with another.
Alpha did incredible though to make this into a 3v3. And they know that when they get the wall up here, it creates a lot of pressure. They do have a wall over towards middle, so that gives them good info. And Fnatic will see this now. And do they want to use it against them, knowing that it's probably gonna... Okay, they can use it against them, knowing that they don't have vision of them crossing back, so they just go back over towards B here.
Set up for a B retake. They want to have Team Liquid either rotate passively through the spawn or get aggressive. It's a little bit of both with Mystic behind yellow. If he's not spotted, this could be dangerous.
That's great as well. Just recon goes in. I like the Mystic plays here and doesn't peek though.
From this side of the map, you can see Kiko starting to clear out.
Because no one does this, right? No one goes around the world to check.
Timing is not good for Enzo. He's going to get dropped, but Mystic is still here. Tag low on HP. They don't know where Kiko is, but they do know where Mystic is. But he lands
hey, shout out to Mystic here. What a well-played round. And again, he didn't do it to get info. He's literally just going there to try and win the round itself. So he played everything good. The committed swing was the one.
And they even got themselves that little jump scare on Enzo.
Yeah, he had to perform him.
On the site without the info in the hands of Mystic. This was unlucky for Yumpy. The fact that I think both shots hit.
Yeah, I think Yumpy needed to sidestep out before he did this. You gotta commit. With Outlaw, it's like you just get punished, man. So heavy. Okay, they get double Outlaw out as well. Chamber, Reina.
Alpha's kept himself a rifle in this round. Kiko, it's dangerous.
Oh my god.
He was slow to start the last game, but he's been getting better as they go along. He's got the only weapon in this round, but
such a shot, man.
In the past, that's been enough.
Well, there's a reason the man's gun is glowing.
And now this ult becomes insanely tempting, right? 4v5. You know there's a gun down in sight, so you could use an ult that clears them from the site itself, so you could pick up the gun.
Slows do somewhat of the same. When the push comes to shove for Fnatic, it's really the weapons that should leave them down in the dirt. Ult available for Kiko might want to be used on this low HP, but he'd still need to find someone to connect on afterwards. And
oh, he didn't get the assist on it.
Nats picking up 2, and this is the disadvantage of these weaker weapons. When you take those fights, you won't always be able to win them. That first shot doesn't connect. Nats is even going hunting. He's feeling confident with his ult online. And he's given away a kill, an opportunity to Chronicle with still 35 seconds, a rifle now retrieved, and low HP on Kiko. I'm getting worried that might have been an overheat.
Solid, man, solid. I do think the Fnatic there, but I know that Boss has criticized other teams for this, so maybe he doesn't want to, maybe he overthinks it more than other teams do in terms of ults into eco rounds. But I do think here, like a safe Killjoy ult to push them off of site, and then you pick up the gun, it could really change this round. But yeah, I think he's a firm believer that you shouldn't be using ults into ecos unless it's like big advantage. Because he criticized a lot of teams going to Masters for doing that. Shout out to Alpha for making that one doable.
Lockdown on the other side, and as said, almost every single ult 1 or 2 away. I think this is going to be an interesting round.
The aggression out of Liquid is on B this time. They'll be spotted as they
He was talking against ecos, maybe that. Nah, because Fnatic have used ults against the ecos in the past.
Compete for this. It looks like they will just try to pick them off, use their slows and snake bites to slow down the actual plant and buy some room for the flank. But having been spotted by the turret, they abandoned that, move back towards the site. Here's the slow play. Nice connection on the first, hard to get out.
Oh, double tag though, that's good info. Killjoy ult goes down. If Chronicle gets okay. Whoa, that's a big kill from Kiko and Chronicle. He was about to potentially plant and get res. Whoa. Damn. Dude, the actual Reina diff, man, he's out of there.
Another kill, a lockdown destroyed, and a man advantage for the side of Liquid. These players, though, are knocking on their door, looking to take this fight very quickly. And if they
Fnatic call it a timeout, right? Oh, that's unlucky.
He's even found Kiko a beautiful one-way. With the Viper's pit available, it might not be a bad idea to put it in.
Yeah, the thing is, Leo's a little bit further behind. I think he's waiting for maybe a little bit of extra cover before that ultimate is used. Needs the spike to get over as well. And timing's going to be everything. Yumpy's just missed it. Looked away at the wrong moment. The dart's good. And they still haven't got the plant in. Leo hits the shot. 2 HP.
Respect. Fenzo descending on this one. Big win for them. They got the Killjoy out of him.
And instead, the IGO is just ahead of it.
Yeah, it felt, I don't know, when I watch Fnatic here, it felt a little bit off as well. Killjoy ult goes in, loads of people playing in front of it. When it was just like, should they not be just more defensively holding this?
And in this round, when there seemed to be a lot of threat, somehow, not only one peek out of Kiko and a few shots put into the lockdown, but he dismisses, goes around the other side, destroys the lockdown, gets a kill, and gets out. In moments like
yeah, I can see why the coaches are mad here. They're misplaying. I feel like they kind of, I mean, they at least misplayed 2 rounds that I would have played differently. I'm not saying it's like a full 100% misplay, but it's different to how I would have wanted it to go.
The last 6 rounds more times than I think any other agent would.
It's one of those agents as well. When it comes to a lockdown, you're actually in a good spot to fight. You get a kill, you can dismiss.
Bro, why are
you're not gonna get caught. Nonetheless,
why are Fnatic putting their smoke over towards A against a chamber comp? You don't want to pressure middle loads against a chamber comp?
More looking at that Viper's Pit and the amount of SMGs that are currently online. I wonder if Fnatic are going to try and attempt to use this. The problem is just how many personnel are here. Liquid have an eye on everybody, excluding Yumpy on this side of the map.
Oh my goodness.
Go for the play.
That's such a big lineup. Okay, dude, Fnatic need a timeout. I kind of hating 3 rounds in a row here.
At the very least, though, Tom, those 2 kills coming through, it's going to keep the economy somewhat managed for Liquid with reinvestments coming in, but this sort of play, the wall drops and you just go swinging. You expect normally there'll be a flash or something like that. Well, with this composition, you're
they gotta throw the smoke over towards middle. It makes actually no sense to throw the smoke over towards A, because you're playing against a chamber Reina who wants to fight in front of it anyway. So it's not like you're playing retake. So I get that you don't want them to take that angle, but they're never going to take that angle with the agents. Unless they're scared of the chamber TP at the back, but the weakness of this comp is one trip, right? So they have to use the wall defensively. So you want to find the wall, break the wall, or lurk through middle and try and take the timers where the trip isn't. And so why are they not using the smoke at middle to block any vision and create no amounts of pressure? It's a
But
bad
somehow,
overall game plan from
they always
Fnatic,
seem
in
to
my
turn the
opinion.
tide. And with the amount of ultimates they
Hating
have
what I'm
online as
seeing.
well, that's probably a good time to do it. You're coming in with a Res, Blade Storm, Hunter's Fury.
It's like they're
Vipers,
playing
but I'm
against.
sure there's a
It's
couple
like
on
they're
the
playing
other
against a
side as
normal
well,
comp
but
right now.
A lot of them are counterable by what the side of Fnatic have. The fact is, though, this is their map choice. This is the attack side. This is where they've always looked solid versus Koi.
Bro, give me the
8-4 on
smoke at middle,
attack.
surely.
I'll have to see if they've still got any bite left to their Icebox.
Get out of
Well,
my way.
this round with 4 ultimates, one already burned right off rip, is where I expect Fnatic to do some damage. The Blade Storm for Durka has been deadly in the past.
Okay, you should be wanting to break this.
Got a
There
good
we go.
spot to play
A little
from.
bit better.
Pushed up in two.
Talked about breaking
Looks
this
like he'll
one.
take the timing as they spam up the wall. I love
And
this
we see
setup.
the smoke at middle. Okay, now
Actually
there we
finding
go.
something
Now it
from
makes
here is
sense.
tough. With a Killjoy turret
I mean, shout out to
watching
Liquid for
every move.
putting the wall here and stuff like this to counter the smoke, but there has been no smoke, so...
And he's able to keep control of yellow as well. He hasn't fallen back to the site. They're going to put some util in to try and disrupt him, but Dirk has found him. Fin on fin.
Whoa.
And Dirk is going to go for a little bit
Whoa.
more, but he's not found anything. Hunter's Fury also utilized.
Yeah, and they know that this isn't the guy that killed him over towards yellow, so they know that he's yellow. Okay, it's a huge 2-on-2. Bosa can take...
Things back into a 2v2,
Hold on.
and bear in mind, Alpha is on his last
Yeah,
legs.
Alpha's low HP,
Very
but Bosa
important
has
for
his ult.
Kiko. Sitting around that whole time, waiting for the turret to go offline. Eventually, Alpha stepped out of range. Now he's low on HP, but finding a spot in the corner on the bottom of sight. A trap being set with one player baiting them in, and Kiko caught with knife out. It's all onto Enzo, and he has to fight
Shock darts
through
could
a
be big
Viper's
here.
pit to get this done. Even being watched by a turret.
Oh.
Shock dart is good. It didn't catch him. It didn't catch him. It must have went just.
My
past
God, they're
Alpha.
sending
In
it
fact,
to
looked
A.
like it was gonna hit him in the legs.
Yeah, I mean, he has time.
So went straight through. Reveal up close, not going to do anything for him.
Oh, they
This
owned
Enzo
it,
is
man.
running through
Alpha's
it.
got
Both
this
have it
kill.
on top. Only one. Alpha
10
still
seconds
sat
left.
behind. And
Yeah, I
Arista
mean, fair play.
fades.
I'm surprised that
It's a
shock dart didn't
clean
kill. Shout out to
for
Alpha. He
here.
dodged it. He dodged
3
it well.
rounds on the board now for Fnatic.
Okay,
That
and I have a
boss
lot
did
more
well.
faith in Fnatic now. They're putting the smoke over towards middle to create pressure. Is a good timeout because their overall game plan here was not the one. I think I get that. Like I think I get the idea of the smoke over towards A. They're trying to give him two less angles to play to fight, but the good thing about Reyna is you don't fight in those angles as much. You have other angles that you can play.
You leave Alpha behind low on HP. If he goes down, it's a 1v1 with a post
I want to keep
plant. A good
an eye on it
opportunity
just to
for
make sure that we're
Bosta.
actually throwing the
Instead, he
smoke all
ends
the
up finding
time.
both kills while desperately low on HP.
Okay, yeah, smoke over towards
Absolutely
middle again.
gorgeous.
Right, so now Fnatic have a good
Well-deserved
chance.
round for Fnatic,
Eco for
and one that has put Team
Liquid.
in a bit of an uncomfortable spot. Yumpy has a classic as his main weapon. Of course, still, as we said, that headhunter's always going to be there, but his options are that little bit more limited. Mystic.
Look how hard this is for middle. The
He won't be
smoke goes
fine.
up. They have to expect 1, 2, 3. Like,
He's actually going to end up having to...
oh,
He can get past it.
Oh, no, he can. He can go all the way around it. Alpha,
Oh
if
my.
he takes a step back, could be in so much trouble. Kiko's just clearing so much ground. Every single member of the Liquid team
No
behind
way.
him is now on the other side of the map.
he tucked in,
Alpha's
but he knows
on
he's
the
close.
rise
He's
up.
like, wait, where is
This
he?
has been given up
'Cause the turret's
completely.
up.
The problem, though, is if he doesn't move, there's nothing that Kiko can really do about it.
Yeah,
He
and the
doesn't
good
want to
news about this,
abandon
but it's
his
fine.
post
Kiko
as
can
the
kind of
big
just, because
defender.
look, he's searching from now over towards
So
A.
he
He's
may
like,
have to
well,
go
the
back
turret's up. He
just
has to
in
be
case.
somewhere here.
Created a very peculiar round with
It's still
Fnatic
nice
now
though, because
walking
Liquid can
into a
just stay
stack
4 people here.
and a plant
And he's
is
going to go
integral
back
to
and
their
he's
plan.
going to see the turret that got
The
taken
patience
away.
from Alpha to sit in this corner for the
Or he
last
shot
minute
it.
has kept him alive, and he might even
he
have
took it away.
massive impact in the late round. Turret was taken back. Kiko shouldn't be aware of this position.
Alpha
and
heard him.
gets the jump on him. Shut down at least, and Yumpy will retrieve a weapon. Okay, there's an
Shot.
opportunity.
Oh, what?
There was an opportunity. It just got snatched out of their hands. Crazy peek from Durka. They're ready for Yumpy. They know that this push can be coming up behind. They're watching
Ooh.
it like hawks.
Nice first
Chronicle,
shot.
good for the one. The second player, though, might not be expected. Doubling up has its value. And
Hold
Mystic,
up.
he's creeping through, finding one, finding two, and now leaving it all on the Boaster. Spotted
Damn,
in the
bro,
corner,
Mystic's been
take
playing
it
good,
down.
man.
Mystic
Mystic's
on
been
the
playing
flank.
good, and they
It
get
was
double
their
gun
third
upgrade
flank of
on
the
this as
round,
well.
Tom, but eventually,
Lovely on
you know,
that.
even first first you don't succeed.
Leffa, thank you so much with the Prime. Thank you, that. Thanks for the 3 months, dude.
For Yumpy to take that kill and then him just to
Yes,
res.
that was huge for Mystic. Double flank on this.
Maybe he gets 1 kill, goes for the res.
Got to shout out Kiko here as well. Kiko did great to actually get all of this info so they could stack so many people here that they could arrange to do this double push behind.
He was fantastic, even though it slipped away. And while this round is going to be a huge difference maker for them, around the, in all honesty, up until that point, looked like it was ropes. Instead, now for Fnatic.
Dude, Bacon forgets there's a camera on him, man. It's so sick. Chat, you know what to do, man. Clip it. Clip it, clip it, clip it.
Liquid still have a plethora of ults.
Risky Biscuits, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the Prime as well. And Data Cowboy with the Prime as well. Thank you so much for that, man. Appreciate it. And Smee as well with the bits. Thank you so much for doing that. Is this a low buy? Chronicle, you would imagine wouldn't put the res into this.
Getting aggressive up on belt. They have sent out a little bit more to this play than just A control on the side of Fnatic. Look how close Durka is already. Damage done. He's lit down to 45, and Yumpy even gets out.
Did so up with the 4 months. Thank you as well, man. Appreciate you doing that. Thanks for the tier 1. Appreciate the support, bro.
That can be enough to lose your head. The fact is, though, the
Did Kiko ever use Rain of Flashes? In that round before? Nah, but you don't want him to, like you don't want to use Rain of Flashes in all those situations, right? Because he was behind them the whole time. They didn't want to, like, you don't want to give away your position on this.
Res available, but won't be used at least at this
Fnatic are getting wrecked by this wall at middle.
Get themselves into the late round. They've got to be careful of the flank. This time, though, Yumpy had no exit plan. It's more so a chance to set up Nats, and he's done so much damage already.
Yeah, and here comes a double push behind, and Durka has his gun. What the hell are they doing? How do they look so lost on this map? This used to be their map. I'm so confused.
It's only the flankers that remain. Weaker weapons, sure, and Poster falls quickly, but Leo still to be dealt with 7 HP. Not quite enough to tank that first shot.
Dude, they're gonna have to call the double timeout.
But 7 rounds on the board, and Tom, all in all, it's another decent first half.
I'm talking about Fnatic. I'm talking about Fnatic. They look lost, bro. I don't get what they're doing. They're playing so badly.
When we saw Fnatic play up against Foot, you knew what was coming. It was a comp we didn't expect to work more than once. The team have run it again, and Fnatic don't look like they have adaptations. Like, they have ideas to actually stop what Liquid are doing, because the fact is, it is very much the same. Like, they are looking fantastic on an individual front.
They gotta break this wall at middle.
Kiko just run pretty much
surely
almost every single round, all through mid. Like, he's just taken.
And I feel like I need to watch back and see where this alarm bot's been going. Has Enzo just been shock dying the alarm bot or something as well? How are they getting so many flanks on the go as well?
Since then, they've been
I'm so confused watching a lot of this.
They've been wrecked because of it.
How have they not once against a chamber tried to push through middle with a smoke?
And they look for that aggression on
Roster still has his smoke. This guy can just hold all the middle.
Up on belts, trying to catch an aggressive angle. Now they're worried about him even being up in nest.
Wise Airplane, thank you so. Wiser Airplane, even with the Prime. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you.
We've seen this from Yumpy. Now it's Kiko. He's taken deep B control.
His chamber can't hold middle. Dude, it's just one trip. One trip. How are you meant to hold all of this? They lay wall middle now, and they have full info. This isn't going to go down.
So now they have themselves every player bar that one on this side of the map. Enzo up above, not going to be expected. An easy pick, even with the res, but the trades coming back. Fnatic are making these fights close at least.
Still kind of doable. We get all the util behind that. Oh boy, what on earth is this one like? Here's them. Oh my god.
Banging their heads against the wall. If they end up back turned to this man again. Oh, but he whiffs. None of the shots connect this time. Finally, Fnatic are able to deal with that flank, although you can't help but think. Kind of fell out of their hands.
He thought Alpha spotted him. So when they're going here, Alpha like turned around. He thought he spotted him, so he thought he had to wide swing.
Big ask. Wall goes in. So too will the spam in return.
Alpha might have spotted him.
Oh, just about breaking it open, but Chronicle manages to get away with it. 30 HP is enough. With Nats down, this round is looking done and dusted. The credits in the bin a little bit. You might consider the save if he can get out of here. And it's not just about crossing back to the
save
spawn.
is fine.
There's also a gap that's being watched down below, and Alpha delivers the final blow. 7-4. Oh, what was that? Okay, Alpha's ready to go.
He might have
One
spotted
round
him.
left to fight for, and it could be a 7-5 half. That's not bad for Fnatic getting their attack side out of the way
Is this
early.
their actual POVs? Do I get to see him on radar?
In more ways than one. Like getting the opener on the site, but more so.
Yeah, he's on radar. Alpha spotted him. See the question mark come up?
To turn back around, but otherwise that round completely goes astray. It's the second time we've seen that as well. Do you remember, I think it was Tomazi, the exact same, he had that really deep position.
Yeah, so Alpha turned around, question mark came up on the mini-map, and Kiko realizes, so he's got to try and get the most out of it, and needs to try to take down one at least before they're all 4 people aiming at him. But yeah, shout out to Alpha there for checking this.
It could all go in their favor. Tour de force for Yumpy though.
Alpha again just spotted this guy, right? Oh my goodness, what is the timing on this? Oh god, this get wild.
But there's a player up top. Good connection, no way out. Just the one to be found. B site that little more open. And the Hunter's Fury finding not a whole lot. Healing back up any players tagged. And
I think the third shot there was to try and kill the alarm bot behind.
Viper's Pit's about to be online with this plant. That's why you see Boaster going for it. And a Viper's Pit with this advantage.
Yeah, Mystic has res though. But it's like, how on earth is he ever meant to res these guys?
Well, they're going to try and get in quickly. Mystic's been good, but he can't do anything versus that Viper utility. An attempt to wrap around. Kiko has a way in and a way out. That's the only real benefit he can find in this scenario, but he's all left alone, and Alpha's
it's a good comeback from Fnatic, but this was a shocking half from them. Shocking half. It really was.
That setup for me is actually a little bit more interesting.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. I feel like I'm watching them play FUT again, where they don't understand the weaknesses of comps. How am I seeing that so much this year?
I understand the idea, but it's like he has a surprise factor with an ability to TP. Instead,
Mortism, by the way. Hello, Mortism. How we doing, mate? Thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate the prime. Good to see you again, mate. Hope you're doing all right. John McD as well with 100 bits. Thank you. And Harry_Tenny with the prime. Thank you so much, dude.
2-round gap at the half. For Team
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate the prime. Welcome into the Slug Club.
Because what you have to think about is the fact that, sure, we move through to playoffs. There is a lower bracket, but not for these teams.
No.
You lose this series, your chances are gone. And for Team Liquid, they
I feel like they're lucky to get 5 rounds, bro. I really am. Let's see if their defense can look better. In terms of the pistols, 2-1.
Liquid Fnatic expectations are always high. Not making it to
shot and a half, mate. That is a shot and a half. And they have Warfare Diffuse as well, so Liquid want to kind of fight over towards site, but they have a comp that's good at fighting over towards site.
The end of the world. They can play in those post plants, but well, in fact, all they've got left is shock darts.
Moon FPS as well. Moon FPS. Thank you so much, man. Welcome into the Slug Club. Appreciate the prime usage, bro.
Aggressive positions for Liquid.
Thanks for the support, mate.
TP out. You'll have Mystic very much
oh.
Isolated.
Yeah, on his head.
A lot of damage. Yumpy, no TP. Instead, he's taken out by the shock dart. Set to another dimension. Shots landing for Nats, but it might not be enough.
Double piston might save him on this. 3-1 altogether. 2-0.
And push up to 6 rounds. The gap now 1. And for Team Liquid, we can't see Fnatic.
Where would I rank Heretics? Where would I rank anyone in EMEA? It's FUT, Heretics, and Na'Vi are definitely at the moment the 3 that I feel the most confident. And then I don't really know where I'd rank those 3. That's the issue.
You lose a lot of that post-plant util not having that Killjoy available to you, but you also lose some of that initial space take in the
EMEA feels like a flip-flop though. Like, give these teams like a week and it was like a convincing week and you could put them up there as well. That's the thing.
He's only going to get more terrifying. Now Nats, it's the opposite to what we saw last
time. And Nats now has a hero gun.
Now he's the only one investing in
and I like this though. Everyone's one shot. It's just the rest of his team are dead.
A gap that could be isolated, but well, immediately Dirk Hones back in.
Why the rest of his... I'm gonna lose my mind, man. Why are the rest of his team not giving him a chance to use this gun? Why do I feel like I'm watching CNED or Na'Vi again?
Nats has to land almost every shot. Sure, one hit up against every one of these Fnatic players, but just look at the setup. Durka sitting back with an outlaw of his own. Waiting for the wrap around the side. Utility on its way. Shock dart's good to slow. Okay, the wall is up. They'll manage to cross with it, maybe even get a plant, but the numbers are being taken out of their hands. With every passing second, Leo, aggressive position. Worked out beautifully.
Yeah, and it's obviously they won the gun, so
bullets left.
you can just hold heaven here.
The reload. Decent timing for Mystic, but no weapon retreat.
Yeah, that's why Leo's spamming it. It's close.
I don't think he's going to take this fight with a classic. Just biding his time up top. And here comes the swing. Oh, it's even. It's not even. It's Leo.
And Bosa can pick up this gun as well.
I was about to say, little bit to the left.
So it actually makes the buy a little bit better for Fnatic on this, because they get a free gun upgrade.
Scoreline equalized. Again, a lead of 7-3, which has been a 4-round streak for Fnatic. They've started their comeback a little bit earlier this time out. And of course, they're still going to have some pretty dangerous weaponry in this round.
Yeah, and Nat's buying up that,
that
buys a Sheriff, and he's probably just going to be baiting a little bit.
What Nat's invested. So he's going to only be playing with a pistol. Now, of course, for the most part, you're going to see him lurking. You're going to see him in the back lines trying to take space.
Not pick up that extra.
That's not a huge issue.
Okay, they did pick up the extra Outlaw.
But it's not a round where you want to be going into a deficit, especially when there's 2 Outlaws.
Alpha, I thought he'd be in danger, but somehow he's able to take the first kill. A clean shot onto Yumpy. Wasn't the best weapon for the fight. Oh, Kiko, you've got to be careful. He thought they'd be a little further back, but Fnatic's aggression and how quickly they fill in these positions catches them off guard. Team Liquid, 2 versus 4. This has been a devastating start to the round with a plant not even secured at this point and difficult to secure with Durka hot on their tails.
Yeah, Chronicle was ready for it the whole time, it felt like.
To find the first, but even then, with him being low and the self-heal not bringing him back to 100.
Okay, they need Nats rounds, and
value from this position.
I mean, maybe.
Definitely not going to be easy.
Bosta.
You're looking at, but again, Outlaw waiting on the angle.
Just a low HP. What was he on?
Mystic's been good.
Oh yeah, he had minus 14, right?
What they used to be.
10 off the Armus.
It's going to leave him
6 off the
desperately
HP.
low. 30 seconds left, and the call may even have to be just to try and hold onto the gun. Bring something through into the next round.
He's on 136,
an
yeah.
opportunity to do some damage. He's had a hero play or 2
and
throughout this map.
This can go be an upgrade at one point.
But it looks like the bleak is about to get a little bit bleaker. Bear in mind, this was a bonus round. A couple of Outlaws, Guardian. It wasn't the prettiest of buys for Fnatic. It was still decent. But they had won this round by, what, the first 20 seconds?
Yep. Oh, it was a very quick decision. A very easy one for us watching on. After that first scrap goes down. It's not even the first one, right? Because Yumpy being traded out. This isn't too bad. You drop Alpha, you open up a lot of control, but it's the kills that come in after that. This control dropped by Kiko as he gets that little bit too aggressive, a little bit too early. And Tom, you know, it was worth looking at coming into this. We started out the year, at least we started out the stage, talking about Fnatic and how this core 5 had never been on a 3-loss streak. Whenever you had the full team. They'd done it with substitutes, sure, but 2's
There's
the most
Liquid's
that they
money.
ever lose.
I mean, they're ecoing. It's in the bin a little bit.
Seems like once they hit that third, well, third time lucky for these guys again and again.
I don't know if you can call it luck.
Fnatic famously lucky
when they do it every single time. It's definitely a weird one though. Like coming into this matchup, both teams, you look at the accolades of last year. Liquid may not have had the victory on an international scale, but they were the regional champions. They were a team to fear. Made drastic changes, picked up the Apex core. It didn't go well at kickoff, fair enough. We gave them the wiggle room. Going out last of playoffs, only just making playoffs, or what was it, a 2-3% chance? I think it was.
3%, Tom. It was 3%.
I always mix it up because I think Sentinels was a 2%. So both teams had a very unlikely story. I think it came down to 2 rounds for Sentinels, which is definitely a little bit cursed, but for Liquid, that's not what the fans expect. That's not what the org expects. And for Fnatic, well, we don't even need to talk about that one. You win 2 championships last year.
Hero gun saved.
Fnatic were in a position where even going into the last game of their season, Liquid could
You'd imagine the timeout was for the next round, so we'll see what we see on the next round.
Depending on scores, and that's what it came down to. Not a team that would be comfortable qualifying to playoffs off of a round difference. They managed it. Just about.
They're pretty much getting full info over towards B as well, so the 3 people can hold strong.
Pretty definitive idea of who the better squad is. One map under their belt. their choice.
Yeah,
here
and what
on
plant
Icebox,
are they
and now
going for?
Get the defensive side. Remember, Liquid decided to start on the defense. That could be their better half behind them already. And with Mystic down, it's not looking like things are going to get any
Can they
better
pick up
this
the
time
hero
around.
gun,
They
or
have
did
got
it? No,
weaker
okay.
weapons.
Kiko gets hero
That was a
gun. They
rifle
at least
that
get a
will now be
plan.
retrieved. An opportunity for
And
Kiko.
I mean, they need an individual round.
Definitely has
Comes a
been
Kiko here.
the player to watch.
Chronicle
thus
still has
far
his
in this
wall
match.
to retake as well, so a few
They're
people
gonna
need to
lean
play
a
on
whole
site.
lot more from Fnatic on these retakes. So far, have looked sublime. The early rounds have looked fantastic, and already just starting to use some of the utility to clear him. He's still close, but already being revealed.
Yeah, I think he
being
has to take
surrounded.
duels there instead of
The rest
this.
of the team just that little bit further away. They don't have the util to really deny anything, and while it doesn't get much better than that for Fnatic. This is a
Right,
round
and
that
then
will
now
end
we get
with
into a big buy
handle
round.
via
Alpha's gonna have
flawless.
his
They're ninth onto
Alpha's
the
gonna have
board.
his ult next if he gets an
Straight
orb,
after
and Leo
pause as
has
well,
his
you'd have
ult. So
hoped for at
you
least
would
a little
imagine
bit
Liquid
more
do
from
some
Liquid,
kind of
but this
punish
is the
over
round where
towards
they
the orb
actually
over
have a
towards
plan.
A.
Well, that's
And
it,
you would
right?
imagine
Those
that Killjoy
pauses,
tries to get
you
the
can
orb.
discuss the plan for that round a lot of the time, information finding, limit testing, but this is the round where everything comes to a head, with rifles in play, with your economy on the line, and with a potential big lead for Fnatic. If they win this
Let's
one
see,
3
Killjoy
rounds off, facing
kind of in
lower
position
buy.
for this. It looks like we got
Ultimates are
some
coming
kind of
online
shock
for that
lineup
defensive
going in,
side
so they
too,
want to
and
stop the
a
orb
little
getting
bit
picked up.
further behind on Team Liquid. This could be where Fnatic take it, where they find that final stretch to the finish line.
Oh really?
Two-round
Just a
gap
recon.
doesn't
He'll
seem
tank
like
the
a lot, but
recon,
in
and
the
that's a
context of how
free.
things went and
That's
how
a
they
free.
will go with
Oh,
this round loss.
into the big buy round.
That lead's going to be extended very quickly.
I would have liked to have seen a
Defensive
Molly
Fnatic
shock,
play
but
all over mid. A lot of presence here, and very passive on A, which is Killjoy utility spotting for the aggression. Alarm bot.
unless they
keeping
want him
the
to have
utility
the
to watch
ult,
it back.
That's the big thing.
and
They've
that
already
means that
got
they're gonna
themselves
play
Hunter's Fury to try
retake on the
deny
site, and they
plant, and they've
fight
also got
heavy
themselves the lockdown
screens.
available to
The only
retake
thing I
if
can
they are
think
set
of
up
of
for
why
this
you
already.
wouldn't
You
do
can
a
see
punish of
just
the
players
orbs here.
outside of the site, they are just waiting. Could even put in a slow to try and make things more awkward. This is a set play from Fnatic to try and make things as awkward as possible for the side of Liquid.
Okay, so they go for a
Fury is only
G2
gonna
plant.
delay, though. Nothing more to be had, no damage dealt, which for Liquid won't be too bad. And Yumpy gonna go walkabouts, gonna try and
Yeah,
get
and they're
ahead
creating a
of
bit
some
of
that
pressure over
utility,
towards it,
but
and
won't be
then
forced
do they
back.
have the 3
Yeah, but
priority
Kiko isn't.
spots?
He stuck around a second longer, but they know that lockdown's likely to come through. Kiko not backing off, though, as we said before. He's going to look for a kill, the dismiss, or perhaps even the destruction of that ulti. It doesn't come through. Nats on his lineup, fires through a snake bite, waits for the pulse, and now here comes the second. Looking to delay that diffuse, but Alpha's taking space, being proactive. Only the one to be found. Shock dart in.
Chronicle's
finds
wall
nothing.
goes in.
Yumpy now goes through for his turn and misses the shot. The numbers staying in favor of Fnatic with Nats the last
Yeah,
man
it didn't
standing.
feel like
and
it's
all
fully
three
thought through.
taken down by Durka. Plenty
Nicely
of
done
time
from
left for that
Fnatic.
defuse, and double digits locked in for Fnatic. It doesn't even come that close when you consider how Durka one-man armies the last play.
Well, that's the thing with this composition. You need to be aggressive. You need to be in their face on that attack side. And Fnatic basically had the ultimates in this round to go, no, we're going to make sure you delay the plants. We have everybody rotated in, ready to go for a retake. Use that lockdown to force you back. And once you're forced back, you don't have the post-plant utility to delay us long enough. That's the thing. They had to use the snake bites immediately. Otherwise, somebody could have got onto the diffuse just like the round before. And then it comes down to, what, a shock dart or two? It's just not going to be enough.
Yeah, I agree. The whole plan didn't really make sense. Like they were fine to give him the Killjoy ult, and it was like the only thing that protected them from the Killjoy ult was the fact that it was going to be a G2 plant. But then you can't get into the good positions from the G2 plant. You kind of want a default plant if you're going to play over towards heaven.
It proved to be a different beast altogether.
It just felt like they weren't. When you're thinking like steps ahead, it just felt like this one was missing.
And it could work out if they managed to
What a shot, though.
Vipers hit in play. Nice shot by Yumpy.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if the
Great shot
individuals
by
are going to do
Kiko.
this.
And the B side is being taken. The late play by Nats even. It looks like he just managed to slip through. They think he backed off. At least the body language tells you that. But Nats thread the needle somehow. I mean, they're looking at Enzo. Maybe they think that's the guy they saw moments ago. The plant is coming in.
Do they actually not think Nats is here?
The players, and that's when Nats gets a free kill onto Chronicle. With back turned, this delays Leo's rotation back to the site. I mean, at least I thought it would. But he's dropping Nats. Now a 2v4 winnable with low HP on Enzo and Kiko.
Yeah, you can already see the wrap back around though.
Yeah, Mystic probably secures this one.
Basically reclaim the
Alarm
ground that
bot's
was
out
lost
of range,
when
you would
Nats fell.
imagine.
There would need to be It's a pretty crazy shot connected. Not bad from Alpha though. It's at least gonna get
What is
himself
that
one.
shot, man?
But Leo,
It's an absolute shot.
there's not really anything to be had. It looks like Mystic's trying to hunt him down on the other side of the map, and in the meantime,
Guy
Leo
is
has
an
other
absolute
ideas.
beast.
His goal is to try
Okay,
and
we're
make
gonna get a
this round
giant
as
round
costly as
after this,
possible.
and
Nobody
this damage,
realizing that he's still around this
even
corner,
just one
but
there,
it's
that
only gonna
damage
be the
is
one.
huge.
A couple of players
So
dropped
a
at the
reset
end,
of the
but
econ
Liquid
here
have
would be a
finally
nightmare
found
for
some
Liquid.
form,
So
found
this
a
round is
round
pretty
that
much
came
the
off
one
the
for
individual
Fnatic. You're gonna see him
ability of
use a
Kiko
lot of
and
their
Yumpy.
ulti turn.
There's some pretty high impact openers. And luckily for them, the ult economy is firmly stacked within their favor.
Jesus.
That's their way back through. Their foot in the door. It won't be closed on them. A 2-round gap,
Right,
4 ultis,
and
like
you would
said,
imagine we
big
see all of the
advantage for Team
ults
Liquid to
pretty
play
much
with.
into this. We're going to see
Here, I
Yampies.
think
I would
Vance did a
imagine Reyna
fantastic
gets
job of
popped. You
sneaking
would
up
want to
through
see them
middle.
play
One of the main
around
things we're gonna
for
look
double
at in
res,
some of
both
the
teams.
compositions we've seen earlier on in the tournament was mid-control without a killjoy so difficult because that alarm bot is so pivotal. Even with the alarm bot, he managed to sneak past it, which I have to say is close to a first for me. And Dirk is getting aggressive, but there's no one there to await him. At least there wasn't. Mystic is just around that corner on the boxes.
That's the thing. I think it was actually a shot connected from the site.
It's a nice, it's a nice TP. You can take all of this space and TP back into the corner.
But with the alarm bot not down,
Huge.
you have a stronger hold of this side. You can look at the
I'm
passive
seeing
position
Liquid
that Leo is
push more
currently
middle
holding
than
to try and
Fnatic
watch
did
this from afar.
against
But
the
it would
chamber.
just be a
Wild.
slight step backwards that could cost Chronicle his life, but I can only assume he's not going to move off this angle at all.
Are they trying to go for the attack
Eventually
Viper
Chronicle
ult?
had
Was that the
to, but
original
the
plan?
shot's not hit. Yumpy even tagged up 56, Kiko on 25. Dirka's advanced position. Now
Yeah,
there's
nicely
someone
done
there
from
for
Dark,
him.
and they
Quick kill
decided
on
to
Enzo,
ult
and he
into
is out
Tube
of
in the
here.
end.
Getting out of dodge for
Reactive
free.
ult, and
Viper's
then
been
it
aggressive,
creates a
Enzo
bit of
on the
pressure.
res.
Now they go over towards
Viper's
A.
been
We've got
abandoned.
30 seconds. There's 2 people here.
It was almost sold as a ruse. Just
Jump-
try and hold
Yumpy
some
see
ground
him?
for a second.
Yeah.
Angle held, but it's still won by Yumpy. That's a huge kill.
Yeah,
It
back-to-back
leaves
rounds
Chronicle
where
there. I don't know
Yumpy's
if he's
taking
gonna
down
try and use the
Durka.
res. It would definitely be a risk, and they've left
And
Vance behind in
Chronicle...
middle. Snake in the grass, the rat in the backlines. Nice shot for one, but there he is. Pounces at the final second to give them that
Denying the
afterpart.
double
You can
flank.
see
Did the
Enzo's
trip
trying to
just-
make sure nobody can get in to deny it.
Yeah, I think
A
the trip did
three-man
spawn.
flank would definitely be a surprise, though.
Yeah, I mean, Boaster already walked into the trap. They know one is behind, but that's the extent of your information. But look,
Wait, look at the widest
Vance
swing
has
I've ever
cleared it out.
seen.
He's calling
That
to
was
the troops.
nice.
There's no one in the spawn. They have to be somewhere else. And
Oh.
Alpha, he might get the element of surprise, but he was spotted. Kiko dropped. 1 versus 2. There's no way he's going to give this one up. Not a 10-8. The angle held by Yumpy, though,
Nice
is
round
too
again from
strong.
Yumpy. He's hitting some big
Pixel
shots into
that
these.
reveals
And they
Alpha
survived the
gives
round that
Team
would have
Liquid
reset them, so
another
that's
lease
good.
of life. 1 round behind Fnatic. It's not over yet, but that's only 2 in a row, Tom. A lot more to be connected by this attacking side.
Yeah, huge back and forth, and again, I feel like it's the impact of
This is a nice round in general from Liquid. I like the lot of the mid pressure. There's a 3-person prod over towards middle. They prodded here with the TP, and then they pretty much just double prodded over towards Kitchen.
If Durka survives, I think they almost run
Whoa.
out of time trying to clear him out of the site.
What's going on?
But Yumpy hasn't been missing those shots.
In a long time since I've seen the fragmentation on the slow orb. There it is again. Throwback to the days of Alpha.
Yeah,
The Chronicle
what the hell's going on? I just got a white screen.
joining up with some of his teammates who've gone for a bit of a mosey around middle.
Is this my
Fnatic with
PC?
A lot of control there, spotting well, nobody. That's the real downside.
They're pinging the B side because they've heard so much on the other
Yeah, maybe I have
side.
to restart.
So
I don't know what's going on here.
Like the dart go through. They've also used the drone. This is a pretty
On the wall.
over the top.
What the hell's
fake,
going on?
and it leaves Durka completely alone on the A side of the map, up above.
Yeah, I gotta restart my
watching
PC or something. I don't know
that almost has to be checked.
I don't know what this is.
Bypassed the initial angle. Mystic is not going to go for the peak. Almost just baits in his opponent for Nats to take that fight. Now Fnatic are nowhere near the
What
action.
the hell is going
They
on?
have managed to isolate a player. Enzo's caught in the cross back. Alpha's position is not
Whoa.
good enough. Beautiful
What
shot
what
onto
was
the
that,
off the air,
dudes?
but Mystic
Chat, you can all
They
see,
try to
yeah?
push
Apart from
forward
the
and
apart from
capitalize,
this.
but Yumpy's there, waiting, taking the kill, dropping one, and Kiko's flank comes through at just the right
Going on, bro?
moment.
What even was that?
4v1 on the back of it. 66 HP for Durka. He can be a demon, but not up against Liquid. The successful streak of Fnatic comes to a halt as Liquid now equalize things with 3 rounds in a row. The game really isn't over yet. And the problem for Fnatic...
Epic Pen? Yeah, I think Epic Pen owns me, bro. Do I even try and load it again?
Now, their balance is running a little bit dry.
Did I need the replay?
Res used, Hunter's Fury used as well, so these have been costly rounds.
Just flashbang for the whole round.
A lot of this has just come
Could have
down
played
to some
anti-flash. I mean, yeah.
rounds out
Okay,
the
chat.
side.
I'm going for
That one
Epic
in
Pen again,
particular
but
to sort of fake
dude, I've
them
never
out
seen that bug.
completely with a ruse, be prepared as well for there still to be a player up top. That's been an angle that's been causing them some issues on their way into the sites. They're ready for it. Nat's connecting that opener, but yeah, on the other side, just completely.
It's a feature.
faking out,
It's a
but
new
then leaving
feature.
Kiko behind.
Dude.
That was the biggest thing. He's able to completely disrupt any opportunity.
It's
for those
whiteboard
remaining players to
launch.
retake with a
You can do
perfectly
that,
timed
bro.
flank
That
at the
is the
end.
worst thing
Liquid
ever. Why would I ever
may have
want
just
that?
come online at the exact moment it was needed. But again, Mitch, there's a pause.
Just white screens your entire
It's got Fnatic's
PC.
name on it.
There's no way that's a thing. Why would I ever want that?
For Fnatic.
White
We've seen this
whiteboard
before.
appears all
You
screens.
know how these stories
Dude,
tend
how do
to
I
go.
disable that?
Round number 21.
Green 2. Okay, if it happens again, it's only going to flashbang the other screen.
Bladestorm online for Durka. Rifles bought up by 2 players, and I think Boaster's set to follow suit. Viper's Pit just 1 away. They did burn up a lot of ultimates, but they might just have exactly what they need on this defensive side for Fnatic to make it work. It's still going to be a difficult round for Liquid. No reward found off rip. They might have damaged
Craziest
the
thing
economy,
I've ever seen.
but it's still healthy enough.
How do I get
to
rid
give
of
them
that?
a fighting
Control
chance on the
Shift
side of
W
Fnatic.
next time. Okay, sure. Holy hell, that scared the crap out of me, man.
He's someone who can be a hero in a lot of these rounds. The
Yeah,
drone
real good.
already pushed Durka back off the
Okay,
angle.
10-10. Let's chat. Let's reset. 10-10.
It hasn't stopped them with the push-up. This can be a lot of
Money's in the
information
bin.
either way. Potentially just
Money's
gonna
good
leave
now.
Alpha behind and try and stack up the defense to help out a little bit.
Whoa.
What is
Wait,
that?
what?
And Durka just through the edge just managed to find himself 2
He
kills
gets a double there?
immediately.
I mean, I'm going to need to see that in a replay. That was quick as can be.
Yeah, that was
Still
nuts.
Roaming around, knives in hand. He might be 1 down, but 4 still to go.
I like how he's feeling it.
Refresh. First shot doesn't land. Cloudburst deep allows
He
the
wants to
swing up
go.
close, damage done, and here comes the stinger. What a bite it will have up against 50 HP. Mystic tries to create some space. Get back that little bit further, but Yampi, oh, he's going to be in trouble. If this wall does get broken open, that's another angle for him to consider. Considers it well and even lands the headhunter.
Still no plant on this though, and he has no idea about the luck behind. I mean, Alpha should kill him right now.
He has no idea.
Ooh.
Spike planted, round ended. Fnatic had it
Let me try
covered.
this. Let me
All
try
the
disable this real
boxes ticked.
fast.
11 rounds now on the board, and Durka smiling. We've yet to see just what that looked like from his perspective, but I don't expect it to be reasonable. Look at this. Oh, stop it!
Wait, what?
Stop it! The second one, he was already back through the wall.
Oh, we talk about Fnatic pauses. As said, I'm not sure the coach said anything about that.
Yeah, it's the Durka go kill.
Alma and Mini, yeah. Peek up close, they'll push you off the angle, go back, wait till they push. Once alarm bot goes, swing in, headshot 2. I mean, it's a simple strategy, a common one. Everyone should run it, Tom. Maybe they might need these players, though.
Yeah, I can think of one or two that
Kyokan,
might
thank you so
also
much,
fit the
man.
bill, but
Thank you.
Durka or an Icebox
I maybe missed some subs once
has
we
always
saw
been a
the
pleasure.
flashbang
And now
madness,
he's
so
gonna
I'll
buy
just
himself
wait.
up that operator as well.
Chat,
Still,
apologies for the
Liquid with
flashbang
3
as well. I might have
rounds,
wrecked so.
relatively
I mean, I
clean
wrecked so many
Still
of
gonna be
you.
able to get a purchase onto the board. Have themselves
The same might have.
operator, and it is an
Fully
early
wrecked all of
fight
you.
towards the A site. Orb tapped. Just gonna have to fall back off the angle. Ultimate's firmly in Fnatic's favor. Lockdown for Alpha. Viper's Pit for Boaster.
You know what that is as well,
Lockdown one
chat?
side and
I've been using Epic Pen
the
for like a
lockdown on the
year,
other.
and I thought, do you know what? I'm using this product so much, I'll buy the premium. Like, I'll help them out. I'm obviously using their product so much. I'll buy the premium. What does it do? Backfires heavily. I'm just flashing everyone with all these new features that I've unlocked, which none of them I need to use anyway. I can draw a rectangle, I think. That's about it.
With the wall going down, that's where I expect Alpha to
Pay to lose? Yeah, no, it is pay to lose.
He wants the support of the whole squad. It's a wise play. The aggression has been there from Liquid again and again. Kiko, he's not going to stick around after that reveal, surely. Gone running, hoping to open up space for Nats to make it through on the lurk. Has to be
Killjoy
careful,
ult,
because
so
all
they
the
have to
while,
respect
Alpha's
this, and we've got to
turret
keep
is
an eye on
watching
Nats
the
on
aggression.
this
Now
one.
Alpha's turret down.
Because
This
Nats
opens
can
up the
shoot
door
people in
for
the
Nats
side
to
here, right?
quicken his pace to
Is
make
this
it
not
through
a shot
window.
inside?
To catch an angle. He's doing damage, dropping
Whoa.
Durka, and the push from Mystic at the exact
This was
same
huge,
time.
but
It's
a lot of
gorgeous.
people tank
Well,
this.
Kiko might not be in the
there's-
best of
There's
positions.
2 detained
They
players.
both stuck
Boaster
away.
hasn't seen any of them.
Yeah, this was a mad play from Liquid. Oh my goodness.
There we go.
The mad play from Liquid on this one. Dude, I would love to see this replay from Nat. I feel like he whiffed and then had good recovery. And then while he's shooting them in the side, we see full aggro from Mystic. This was a mental round.
This is it.
This is exactly what I wanted to see.
Boaster shot, yeah. I mean, when Boaster played this game at the beginning, he was jet up. He was trying to jet up at the beginning, so he's got it in him. Yeah, that's the whiff I was talking about. Recovery was there.
And then just the aggressive swing from Mystic was absolutely everything. But this is what I want to see from Liquid. Rounds where they're all on the same page. What is the plan? We're pushing this. We're taking
Wasn't everyone? No, but that was like his actual... That was actually what he was in his team. I used to prac against him and he would just be running around with a jet up on attack on split. Wild.
Definitely not ideal for this sort of round, but as we've seen so many times before, sometimes...
Right, 11-11 and Fnatic have to eco.
This would be a hell of a round for that Viper's Pit to come out from Boaster. They need their way back through.
All pass and stack as Dirk is pretty much just jump spotting over towards B.
Ready and waiting to go. Flash up and over. Kiko's caught one.
Huge, man.
Remember, most of these players have
Reina flash on that.
That was only a pistol he dropped, I believe. There's a rifle on the floor.
Yes. Doing unreal things at the moment.
The frenzy up close, catching Yumpy completely unaware. Even still, how much more
does not have the gun for this, man. He needs to reload at one point.
Even needs to reload that frenzy, dropped on from behind.
He's still alive. Okay, big round for Kiko. One chance to finish this one, and we got to remember that Fnatic won double pistols. So this is wild that it's even at this level.
Elimination. Now, a thought they can push to the back of their mind for Team Liquid. One more round, and they'll bring us to a third. Bring us all the way to Lotus to fight for tournament life against Fnatic.
This is the parallel from the last one.
Yeah, it was wild at the beginning, Saint, I'm telling you.
Hits 11, and then the other team just doesn't want to let it go. Both teams knowing what's on the line here today. Both of these orgs failing to make it would be a travesty. Two big fan bases, two big orgs, a lot of money invested into their teams, there's no doubt about it. These teams have put so much into Valorant and more. They've been there since the early days, since before the VCT was even a thing. The fact is though, only one of them today can continue in the playoffs, looks to try and challenge, make it to the stage where you at least have a lifeline. There are no lifelines in the first day of playoffs. And well, it's going to be Liquid taking themselves a pause, a chance for Emil to earn his money, a chance for Enzo to come up with a plan.
Is he giving the thumbs up to
the other side? And Fnatic after pauses, well, round 21 is the only round they've actually won since, and that was straight after a pause. That was one of their opportunities. Let's see if they can do it in round number 24 as well.
Oh boy. I mean, Yumpy can just single body shot them this round. They go in aggro. Looks like they want to take this. They want to take this turret out.
Can they lock in an overtime, or they lock it in a much longer?
They're gonna hit the Outlaw and be like, "Hold up, this guy's gonna one-shot us right now."
On the sidebar, used on A, but there's not a lot of presence from Liquid there. Yumpy up close.
Yeah, and he has Kiko covering above him, so let's see if Kiko hits the shot, because Alpha wants to duel this, and Chronicle hits the shot. Dude, he walled up and then took the angle. That was very nice. And he did the wall that wasn't going to get seen. He did it this way so that Yumpy didn't see it this way. That is so smart. That's crazy.
They're going to fight to bring him back.
That was huge from him. So he spotted him in the first peak, and then he does this wall. Rez goes in, and it broke a little bit of the wall. Wall wasn't far enough for this one.
Mystic's gone down at the same time. It was a risk taken to get Yumpy back in.
Probably would have died anyway over the top of the wall. But.
The wall was too shallow. Someone has to recover this now. No Rez is online. Nobody brought back from the dead. Instead, they've got to eliminate some Fnatic players. That's is beautiful. Able to slip under the site, but there's still one player. And he doesn't know about Durka. Doesn't know where
Kiko hits the running of the person at spawn.
This time it's Durka that gets ahead of it. Catching Nats, shutting down the option to plant. Now you rely on Kiko. Catching them off guard. Catches Leo with an arrow in. Can't make it out past the turret. Time delayed. 14 seconds. Time for a plant.
Big Jill. Okay, that's a free plant. Massive 2-on-2.
Now be secured. They've got the site control, and with Kiko still
What
looking
a
for
shot,
more damage,
bro.
it was looking doable. Enzo even has
And
a
they know
Hunter's
he's in
Fury,
this
but
cubby
the chances to
because
use
of
it
the
are going
drone.
to be limited. Both players spotted the information.
I like this. He's going to try to take the 1v1 with Boaster because he has his ult for Alpha. It was a nice idea though. Shout out to Alpha for hitting that shot. What an ARF is that?
And overtime is on our hands.
Why does Alpha just hit every shot? It's insane, isn't it? Yeah, this was genius, bro.
Attempt to bring back Yumpy from the fray is actually was their undoing.
That's the replay guy for getting the whole wall in as well, so we understand why.
They still fought back in the 2 versus 4 scenario, but it wasn't quite enough. And now heading into overtime, everything's even, everything's square. The problem though is they don't have that economic advantage anymore.
Okay, only mad thing is Yumpy with his op over towards B, no armor.
The outlaw just because of those low shields, the good read on the finances of Fnatic. And as we say again, a pause is called and a pause one, or round one straight after for Fnatic. They are very good from those scenarios. Can Liquid turn it back again?
The op on Yumpy, off rip. It's had its moments, although
yeah,
Fnatic
and we have
has
someone
done
to
well
shoot the
shut
drone
down
though.
This position, this play, and very same weapon in the past.
Doesn't see the op,
Nats
so
is
the
one
op
up
takes the
close,
angle.
giving away his
Dirk is
position,
kind of on top of this though.
destroying the drone and hoping that Yumpy can catch them off guard as a result. Doesn't look like that's happening though. Fnatic.
Yeah, wall goes up, so
they're
Yumpy has to be scared
aware
of this
play.
box.
They've ran into it a couple times.
I'm more looking at this. Just look how far back Alpha currently is. It's because of what's been done to them so many times. Kiko is in their head. And he
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all the time they go over towards B, there is someone flanking them, so this makes a lot of sense. 3-person aggro over towards A right now, and they have options. They can either push behind or they could wall and leave 1 person here.
And they're even waiting for Yumpy, it seems, and he's not going to manage to hit the shot this time. Force back further passive.
That's a lie. Wall is over towards middle, so they can only push.
With the wall up, you might actually see Nats completely locked out if Boaster puts that.
Bro, I think Alpha gets 2 people here, right? They're not going to expect this guy in spawn.
Spot him, I believe. The element of surprise certainly there. The shoulder not fired on by Yumpy. He's patient and he gets his reward. Now wrapped on, sprayed at, and Enzo returning fire picks up 1. The flank eventually
but can they even go back?
Alpha's able to drop 2.
Oh, they're running the gauntlet. 20 seconds.
Afford to give any more players to that operator.
I'm not sure about this one. I think it takes more than that.
But look at Team Liquid. They're miles ahead of them, already wrapping into this position. The only question is if the flank from Alpha can find the value that we can see. It's just about to. What a shot on the nets!
Give me Enzo.
Great correction, but Enzo can drop this spike on the way through. He has to take the kill. No way that they managed to plant this all the way.
Holy! This was mental. What a mental round. Shout out to Yumpy staying alive back in yellow here.
Yeah, the fact is Alpha did his job and some. He catches the players flanking, but Fnatic just didn't get into the site. The Turkish superstar did everything they could have needed of him.
Yeah, Alpha did incredible.
I don't know how he survives this long. And then right in the last seconds of the round, you have Enzo just making that realization. If I can even slow them just a little bit, if I can deny that extra space, the round is over. And that's exactly what he does. Closing
He's calling his timeout.
With a shock dart as well. A little bit of style points. Liquid though, I'll be honest, I don't think they should be taking a pause.
You know what, I can completely understand them taking that pause.
I understand it, but after what we've seen, results-wise, maybe not.
Every time there's a pause, Fnatic are right back on that horse, but my goodness.
Hey, I like it.
You need to take a breath after a round like that. I need to take a breath. Appreciate the pause, Emil. Good call. But for Fnatic, it's a chance to reset into this, to get themselves lined up, to push it to another overtime, to bring us.
He went mid instead of A. Could have cleared out all at A in terms of Alpha, yeah.
Well, they'll both be happy to play it on.
Problem is though, you kind of have to go mid because the people to B are going to be able to beat you to the cross. So, like, I get your argument that you should be clearing over towards A, but if you don't have mid, they watch you cross, and you have to spend a lot of time like crossing over towards here when they can be dueling you here. So I get that you're saying you need to clear out this, but this is also a worry.
The entirety of last year, and no, that's not because the map wasn't in the pool.
Okay, another chance for Liquid to close this one out. And no crazy buys.
Some aggression. A lurk from Nats is something they'll have to be wary of always. But the more obvious danger Well, there you go. Thank you very much.
I like this trip as well. This trip's good. See if anyone pushes aggro. Could maybe hold this angle. That's about it with an up.
Damn problematic for them in every single round.
Okay, so they insert both of the... Let's call him a duelist for the time being. Insert both of the duelists over towards A.
Look at this position, almost an opener already for
And
Dirk.
one person runs away, and the other person stays close. They might not expect Kiko here, so he might feel like he might think he has a timing. And Durka feels like he has a timing, and Durk is dead, right? Whoa! What happened to this duel? Okay, Durka is dead. Oh my God, Nats has owned it, bro. I mean, shout out to them. The double insert over towards A was huge, and then Nats just walks into sight. All right, man, we managed to get a third map here.
A third map is locked in. We're going all the way to Lotus.